Hi everybody, we wanted to do a quick video to go over how to mount the pavement modified body to the modified chassis. So you are going to need one of the modified chassis to mount this body. So you're going to get all the pieces that you need in the kit to do this. And you are going to need, we're going to set these aside so we can show you exactly what you need to do here, but you are going to need a couple extra tools to do this mounting of the body. So the first thing you're going to need, you're going to get a 1.5 millimeter drill bit in the kit, and you're going to need a cordless or some sort of a drill with a small chuck on it that'll hold this 1.5 millimeter drill bit, because you are going to have to drill a couple holes in the chassis for this. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need some sort of side cutters or cutting pliers. We have these available on our website. These are some nice flush cutting pliers. These are always good to just have in your box if you don't have them anyway, and these are available on the website. So the first thing you're going to do, we recommend just go ahead and put the drill bit, because it's pretty small. It can roll off the table pretty easy. So go ahead and put that in your drill chuck. Get that mounted up, because you are going to need that in the first few steps here. So mount that up. And then you're going to need to take the chassis, and we have these side rails disassembled from the car, so it's a little bit easier to see them in the video. But you can leave the chassis pieces on there, other than the last step. You have to take that one up, but we'll get to that in a minute. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut off these three standoffs on here, because basically this whole body sits a lot lower on the car. So we recommend taking these flush cutting pliers. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut these off flush with this top rail here. So we recommend taking these, put them sideways on the chassis so you can bottom out on this top rail, and then just cut these off. Now when you cut these off, these things will, kind of fly across the room, so just make sure you watch that. And make sure you're always paying attention to these cutters. They're very sharp. Make sure you don't have your fingers right near the cutting surface, that type of thing. And always wear safety glasses as you're doing all this as well, because you're going to be drilling, and with the cutting, with this stuff flying around, you just want to put some glasses on too. So you're going to cut that one off. And when you get to this back one, this has a couple gussets right here. So what we recommend doing is putting your cutters and snipping these gussets first. And this will just make the cutting process a little bit easier. So once you cut the front and the back one, then just line the cutter up and then just trim that off. So basically you're going to have a nice flush top rail. You're not going to have any standoffs on there anymore. So that's the right side rail. Now the left side rail, you're going to need the drill bit first. So what you're going to want to do is we're going to end up cutting this one off and this one off. But before you cut this back one off, we need to drill the hole all the way through the chassis for this, because you're going to use that hole to mount the inner panel after you get everything back together. So take this drill bit with the drill and put it in the hole. We recommend don't cut this off until you do this part, and then just put that in the hole, drill it straight through, and when it goes through, stop the drill and then just slowly back it out. You don't want to ream that hole out, because you want that hole as small as possible, because you're going to put a screw in that hole. So once you get that drilled, then do the same thing. Take your cutters, put this flush with the top chassis, trim that one off, do the same thing in the back with the gussets, cut both sides, and then line that up and trim that off. And these little pieces that you cut off, you can just throw those away, because you're not going to use those anymore. So this is exactly what you're going to have. You're going to have it flush just like the other one. It's going to be flush here and flush back here. So the next thing you're going to want to do is, this is the center hoop piece in the chassis, the center cage mount. Again, you can leave this in the car to do this step. This is not a problem to leave in the car. You can take it out if you want to take it out as well. So again, you're going to use your flush cutting pliers, and we're going to cut off this standoff here and then these two in the front. So again, put it flush with the tube, cut that one off, put this flush with the tube, cut that one, and do the same with that one. Now you didn't need to drill these holes, these two front holes, all the way through, because they already go all the way through this part. So no need to drill those all the way through like the other ones. So the next part you're going to want to do is, it's going to be the rear body mount piece that's on the chassis. So we've got a chassis here, and this one's already cut off, but it's this piece in the back right here. So you're going to go ahead and take that loose from the car, and we're going to have to cut these off. But again, before you cut these off, you need to drill these holes deeper. And we recommend just going ahead and go all the way through this top bar. You can do that because you're going to put a screw in there. Your screws aren't going to go all the way through, but it's just easier to do it that way. So use the drill bit again, put the drill bit in the hole, and then just simply drill straight down until you go all the way through. Back that out, put it in the other hole. Make sure your fingers aren't by there because this bit's really small and it'll get your fingers pretty quick. So then just drill that one, and you're done with that. And then you're going to have to cut, as we mentioned, you're going to have to cut these down a little bit. So it's about 5.3 millimeters that you have to cut off, but we know that's hard to measure. It's hard to get lined up. So what we did is in the rear spoiler of the car, we have a little gauge or a little template that you can use. So you're just going to take this piece, and it's got a hole here, and then it's got a notch right here, and you're going to put this in there just like this, line that up, just put it in there, and then this is going to be your guide where to cut that off. So then use your cutters, put it in there, and put them flat against this piece right here on the rear wing right here. So just put that in there, trim that off, flip it around, line it up, make sure it's flush, make sure it's in, and trim that off. And then that piece is done. So you can put that to the side. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is on your car. Now we have this one somewhat disassembled already, but you're going to basically take the body off the car. You're going to take the front end off, the front end plates, the bumper, all that stuff. Take the body off. You can set the body aside because you're not going to use it. You're going to take this inner panel that was sitting in here, and you're going to take these 4 cage screws right here, take those loose, and you can go ahead and leave the back ones in and then just tip the cage up like this. It's a little bit easier to work with that way. You're going to take this panel out, you're going to set it aside because you're not going to need it anymore. And then you're going to take the new inner panel, and if these are all going to come clear, so you're going to have to paint this. And once you get it painted, before you put it in there, make sure you peel off any protective covering on the side before you put stickers on and before you put it in. So you're going to line this up with this back hole that we cut off and we drilled, and then these 2 front holes that we cut off, or these 2 front standoffs, they got holes in them, and you're going to use those. So you're going to put a screw in here and 2 screws in here. So we did give you all the screws with this. We gave you a few extras as well, so in case you lose any, you got some extras. So once you get this inner panel mounted, then you're just going to flip this the cage piece back down and tighten down these 4 screws, and then this assembly is done. So we'll set that to the side. Then you're going to want to go to the main body, and we have this one all assembled, but the car will come with, or the body will come with these triangle nuts here. So you'll have 3 on this side and then 3 over here. And this side here sits flush. There's a little, like a step in the side chassis here for this to sit nice and flush. And then this side here actually sits up on the side a little bit. That's how the real cars are. They set in like that a little bit. So you'll go ahead and do that. Again, after you paint the body, make sure you peel off any of the protective covering before you put your stickers and stuff on, just so you don't tear those off. And then next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take this body and you're going to mount it to the car. So we recommend that when you first put it on the car, the easiest screw to line up is this one here at the top. So we recommend doing that one first. And when you put the 2 in the back here, we do recommend doing those next. Make sure you put the rear spoiler in, and it goes underneath the chassis, underneath the body, between the body and the chassis. So you'll just slide that in there, put those 2 screws in, and then in the front, you'll put these end plates on. And these end plates are smaller, a little bit different profile than the original ones that you took off. So make sure you use these because they don't stick up as high in the front. They're a lot more flush. But we needed to have these just for the spacing to get the bumper and stuff right. So recommend putting this screw in up here first. Get it in there, and then you can line the 2 up down here. And when you put the bumper on, you can put that in. Again, we gave you the screws to mount all of this. You're going to have some left over from when you took them out, but this will make sure that you have them all. So once you get those 2 put in place, one on either side, then put the bumper on, screw those in, and then everything is set for you. Now, one thing for this car, we recommend that for this class, for the Pavement Modified, since it's a little bit different look, obviously this car is a little bit lower, it's a little bit sleeker. You know, we'll kind of set these bodies next to each other here just so you can kind of see the difference here. You know, the black one here is the original Modified. It sits a little bit taller. It's more, you know, a dirt car. So we have the narrower dirt tires on. Now, just to give this car a little bit different look, make it a little bit more fun to drive, that type of thing, for the Pavement style car, we recommend that you use the Pavement late model or the asphalt late model tires on this car. They fit just perfect on the car. Everything's trimmed for them, and they make the car work really, really good. So again, another, you know, if a beginner wants to run this class as well, this will be a great tire for them. And we have these tires available on our website. We're not saying that you absolutely have to run this. You can run the stock tires. It's just whatever your track comes up with what they want to do for tires. But you have the option. We recommend going with these. Just kind of gives the car a real neat look with a little bit wider tires on there. So that's everything to mount the body. If you have any questions, just hit us up on our email on our website or our social media pages, and we'll get right back to you. Enjoy this car. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just give you a little bit different body to run on this car. Give you another option. When you do the cage sides, obviously if you have to modify some of the cage pieces, we have all the cage sets and the cage sides on our website. So if you want an extra set, that type of thing, you can do that as well. So again, have fun with the car. Thanks for watching, and keep watching for new things to come. Thanks.